Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. You are watching TV Santa Barbara. And our special guest today is Matt Gradias. And Matt is board president of Santa Barbara Education Foundation.
Thank you.
Welcome, Matt.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Or us, I should say.
So glad you're with us today. Yeah. And the Santa Barbara Education Foundation, you folks have been around for a while.
Yeah, this is actually our 40th year. It's kind of exciting, very exciting. You can look forward to some things we'll be presenting later on in the summer, late summer, early fall, as far as what we'll be doing for our 40th anniversary. But we're really excited that we've been around this long. Obviously, it's been a really beneficial to the community and the students in our community. So.
Yeah. Now, maybe you could tell us, sort of in a nutshell, Santa Barbara Education Foundation, what do you folks do?
So our mission statement is really that we provide and support programs that enrich the artistic, academic, and personal development of students in the district, all students in the district. Basically, we're there as a support arm for Santa Barbara Unified, but we're really focused on the students' needs and really providing programs and things like that that are helpful for them and their success.
Okay, so you work a lot with Santa Barbara Unified.
We work a lot with Santa Barbara Unified. In fact, we have school board members and the superintendent join our board meetings.
Oh,
and
well,
so
that's good.
It's very we have a very good connection with them, and we have a lot of really good communication with them. It's really one of the beneficial things that our organization has. Yeah.
So, but over the years, I have heard all kinds of stories about teachers, I don't know, spending their own money in the classroom because there wasn't enough of whatever it is that they wanted, but the Santa Barbara Education Foundation stepped in and helped. So tell us how all that works.
So we do a teacher grants program.
Teacher grants.
Yeah, we raise money. This last time we did it during our Hope Awards, which happens, sometime in the spring, usually. It's really fun. You should attend, get tickets.
Yeah. Yes, the Hope Awards. I have been to that.
Oh,
and
great.
It is
Thank you. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's really fun. And this past year, we did a lot of money or paddle raise for the teacher grants. And the teacher grants has been really a successful program in the district. This past year, we did close to $200,000 in grants for teachers in the community.
Wow.
That's almost double what we did the year previously. And they are... the money gets injected directly into the classrooms, distributed among the primary and secondary schools in the district. It's a kind of an interesting thing because we've done things as small as increasing a school or a classroom library to as focused as a specific project in a STEAM classroom in the district. So it's been a wide variety of stuff, but we really try to answer the needs the teachers have in the community. And it's a great thing for us to see what those needs are, really be more focused in the following year.
So how does that work? Does a teacher come up with an idea or a project or a need and then make out a application?
Yeah, so we do a little bit of outreach in the district. With the support of the district, we reach out to the principals, we reach out to the superintendent, and they kind of do some work with us to look at what might be needed in the schools. And then in that outreach, there's an application. We actually have, in the process along the journey, there's actually a teacher that created a YouTube video for us that helps with the application process. So it's really fantastic. And so they help you understand how to apply. It needs to get approval from the principal in the school, which most of them do. And then we have a teacher grants committee that's made up of our board members and some community members to really look at what those applications look like. And sometimes we support the entire thing, and sometimes we support parts of those things. So it's been really kind of a good experience for us to go through that process. And it's really fantastic to see because it is just a direct injection of funds into a classroom to fulfill a certain need.
A single classroom.
Yeah, so we've got, or a teacher that might be like a secondary teacher, so it might be a history class.
Might have more than one classroom.
Yeah.
So can you give us some examples of some of them?
Yeah, we did a couple of projects with the STEAM programs, and one of them was the students really put together these. In fact, they were on display at our last Hope Awards, but they just did this kind of this artistic expression, but with technology, and we helped fulfill that need in the classroom. And so that one's, I mean, it's sort of not as specific, but it was very specific to that classroom. And they actually have done a variety of projects with us in the past. They've actually been a repeat grant recipient, a teacher grant recipient in the past, because their projects have been so kind of enriching. But again, we've had purchased books for classrooms, you know, just simple books. Sometimes teachers have specific needs for where their kids are in their language arts programs. And so we kind of try to fulfill those needs to help, again, like to help enrich the experience that they're already having.
So remind me, STEAM, what's the STEAM program?
Oh, that's STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Oh, good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Matt.
I should do this. My wife was a STEAM teacher for a while, so I should know that one. But
All right. So the Hope Awards. So every year you have the Hope Awards event.
Yeah.
And you honor someone. So like this last Hope Awards that you had, you honored the executive director
previous,
who recently passed away.
Margie Yavi, we honored her, and the Children's Creative Project.
And the Children's Creative Project. Yeah, that's a great.
But we've honored people in the past. We've done individuals, and we did K-Tide a couple of years ago because they had been so helpful for us in our mission for Keep the Beat. So, you know, Keep the Beat program, and they've been so just wonderful partner on that program, and so we honored them a few years ago too. So it's been a variety of people, you know, a variety of people and programs in the community.
That's a very fun event.
Yeah, it's very fun.
And
we
so
like it a lot.
A person can find out more about that on your website.
Go to our website.
When is it happening? Where? All that stuff.
Yeah, and we try to promote it on social media and stuff too. So we have a lot of repeat guests a lot of times, so it's really kind of fun to see the people come out. And yeah, it's been really good experience for us.
So Keep the Beat. Tell us about that.
So Keep the Beat usually happens sort of in the beginning of the year and of the calendar year, and we do a program to we have an instrument drive, but basically it's about how music education we try to focus on music education and how it has enriched people's lives. So we've had various people in the community. Glenn Phillips has come to be interviewed on K-Tide. We've had a lot of different folks in the community come out to talk about what music education meant to them and how you know it might have changed their trajectory, just because that was something that they could gravitate towards in high school, and even elementary school, I guess too. But that's been a really kind of a fun time of year for us. And then the instrument drive is really kind of exciting too. In fact, I was one year, we actually had it at where Zoto's, well, it used to be Zoto's, and we had it hosted there. It was K-Tide was there. We were there early in the morning, very early in the morning, I should say. And they were broadcasting that we were doing this instrument drive, and I was answering phone calls while we were there, and some guy called and said he was in his truck, heard it, drove back home, and had a clarinet that he had from like 6th grade and came by and dropped it off.
Gosh.
And so that was a story that was repeated throughout the day. So we had all these people in the community that talked about their different experiences in the community with our own, like Santa Barbara Unified's, or even our partner districts or the other feeder districts in the community, elementary districts, that they just talked about what music meant to them when they were in school. And so we had trumpets, clarinets, guitars, I mean, just all kinds of wide variety of things that instruments and stuff that were dropped off during that instrument drive. So every year.
Do you do that every year?
Every year.
Oh, gosh.
And every year we get a ton of instruments, and it's just a kind of an interesting time of year for the foundation. If you happen to go visit the offices of the foundation, you'll find it piled, like piles of instruments all over the place as people have donated their trombones and it's just.
So what do you do with all those?
We actually catalog them. We get them repaired if needed, and then we distribute them throughout the district.
To the schools,
not
to the individual students, but
to the schools. Yeah. So it's kind of an exciting time. Yeah.
Because typically schools don't have a budget for purchasing instruments. Is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
right?
some of them do, but just it might not be enough.
Yeah, sure.
And so this helps kind of offset that a little bit. And so it's kind of a crazy. Sometimes we sell them if there's something that doesn't have we'll auction it off or we'll do something with it separate from that. But usually they go back right into the schools. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's a really fun thing to see, and it's fun to see what people have in their attics.
Yes, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
So tell us about other programs that you have.
So
the teacher grants, the Keep the Beat instrument.
Yeah,
What
and we
else
have
do you do?
one of our other things that we've been sort of, it's a couple of years old now, is our student grants, which is really students write in for a grant project, for a project on their own campus, and we fulfill that need. And the first year, I think we did about $5,000, and then this last year we did about $10,000 in student grants. And that's been really fun too, because it really is students taking pride in their campus or doing something that really helps engage other students in the campus. And so that's been kind of a neat program too.
Like what? Like give us an example.
We've done things where we've helped support like simply getting T-shirts printed for a club. So like some sort of campus club. We've helped offset the cost of getting their, club T-shirts printed, or we've helped them host an event or something like that, like help offset the cost of, an event that they wanted to do. And so it's a wide variety of things that we've done with it.
So a student gets an idea, and then there's an
Student
application
there's
to
an
fill
application process. We've done beautification projects where it's just been really like beautify a campus. And so we help,
good.
They do a couple of volunteer weekends. We help support that need.
So how do they find out about the
student grants? We also do a lot of outreach with that as well. So we do that. There's an application process, and there's a time of year, and we have a student grants committee that reviews the student grants.
Oh gosh, that's good.
And they look at all the grants, and then we see what we can fulfill. And some, again, the same kind of thing as the teacher grants. Some of them are fulfilled fully, and some of them are partially fulfilled. But we just look at ways to sort of help enrich that student experience. So that's kind of fun.
So really, that kind of sums it up. You look for opportunities to enrich the experience of students.
Yeah.
Basically at Santa Barbara Unified Schools.
Yeah. And we currently, in fact, it's just finishing up, is our summer band camps that we've been having. So we have a string camp, drumline. We have a regular band camp, like a full band camp. And then we have, we're starting to work with really little kids on just some entry-level like music programming. So it's been kind of fun.
Cool.
So that's happening right now. In fact, that's today is, I think, the last day of the like the
music camp?
the music camps is last. I think today is the last.
And where
day.
do you have that?
For all the campuses. So we actually use the campuses. So I went to the drum line finale at La Junior High recently, so which was where I went to school. So it's kind of fun to go back there and see. So
great.
But so that's kind of those are another fun things we do. That usually is happening over the summer. It's very intensive, a lot of work for the staff and the organization to sort of make all that happen.
Yeah.
But again, we have some really great opportunities to work with the students directly. And we have a lot of student volunteers that help support those programs, which is really kind of a fun thing too. So that's kind of neat to see, just to see other students in the district supporting, younger students in the district and their journey, music journey. So
you use a lot of volunteers, student volunteers, adult volunteers.
Yeah, we have a variety of opportunities for volunteers. Even some of our Hope Award events. We have some volunteers that work with us on that programming too. So it's a variety of things. We're trying to expand that. If you're out there, look for that in the next couple of months. But we're looking at some other programs that we're going to launch, and we're going to be looking for volunteers for those as well.
That's good. And so you'll put that on your website.
We'll put that on our website. It'll be out in social media, and we'll definitely be reaching out to people in the community for that.
Yeah, and your website is fabulous, by the way. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you so much. We try to keep it informative.
Easy. It's informative, inspiring, and easy to navigate.
And we got that donate button on the bottom, so don't
forget
to
go. And
you
got the donate button. Donate now.
Don't forget to get to the donate button.
Tax-deductible donation.
Tax-deductible donation, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's good. So now I understand that you folks the board,
Yeah.
recently completed a new strategic plan.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey for us. We hadn't, to kind of back up a bit on that journey, we actually were looking at doing the strategic plan in late 2019. Early 2020, we were actually talking about it, and obviously we all know what happened in early 2020. So that kind of pushed it off. And so then a couple of years ago, we really refocused that energy. We hadn't done one for a long time, and so we really wanted to make something that was kind of where we are now. And so we took the time, and we kind of spent a lot of time just reaching out to community members, other organizations. We reached out to teachers, principals, Center River Unified staff. We reached out to some of the partners we've had in the community. We've reached out to other organizations that really haven't partnered with us just to find out what they know about us. Who are we?
That's
and
so
really
smart. So
we spent a lot of time on that. Did a lot of face-to-face interviews with folks, which was really kind of fun. And the way that things kind of ended up evolving, we ended up with these kind of 3 focus areas. We're focused on literacy, math, and student engagement.
Okay.
And sort of the umbrella under all that is just kind of trying to eliminate barriers for students in the community. So around those areas, around those focus areas. And so that's been really kind of a fun resolution. It was kind of really remarkable how amongst all that diverse group of people that we reached out to, how much of these things coalesced around the same issues. And so that was kind of exciting. And we were really, really excited that we had that level of just focus amongst all those different groups of people. And so it's kind of really given us a good opportunity to really hone in on those spaces. And that's been where we're kind of going next. And so literacy, math,
and student engagement.
Yeah. And student engagement is like, if you think about, I think a lot of times it's focused around student attendance, right? But we're not talking just about attendance. We're talking about students actually feeling a part of their campus, a part of their community, and really being engaged in the sort of classroom and school experience. So
when you think about student engagement, you think about, what might inspire a student to be more engaged.
Yeah.
And so did you talk with some students?
Yeah, we actually did a little bit of work around the students themselves, and that's actually our next step, is really kind of looking at what kind of programming that looks like. And one of the things about the student grants is we do have some data about the things that they are interested in. So it's really good for us to sort of take that information and really use it as a catalyst for us to be able to do that work. So
that's really good. Sounds like you guys are really
ready to rock and roll.
Focus, man. You are moving.
Yeah. And I think the things that we're looking to do around that is, like, some of the ways we expect to do this work is we're looking at kind of being a convener of these topics. So like really bringing people together in the community to talk about, say, literacy, say math, even student engagement, and look at ways to sort of address some of these issues, but really try to build some consensus around what needs to be done. So that's kind of exciting. We actually just recently hosted an event with Jack O'Connell on school funding. And so we had members, we had Superintendent Maldonado there, and we had one of the board members from the school district there. And then we had Jack O'Connell there, and really talking about how schools are funded. Not really focused on one particular school, but just what does it look, how are schools funded? How does this look? And so we want to sort of take on those kind of topics and this convener role and look at how we're going to do those kind of things.
I love how you're so reaching out and inclusive. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if we're trying to really seriously tackle some of these issues, then we have to really bring people together to talk about what are these problems and what do we do about them. The one with that school funding one, which was really fantastic. We talked about declining enrollment and what that looks like and why that might be happening. And Jack O'Connell was great because he had all the data from across the state.
That's great.
And it was really fun because, he's obviously been a long time person in our community. And so it was good to see him come back. And a lot of people came back to see him,
Yeah. Oh,
so it was
Matt,
super fun.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I wish we had a lot more time to talk about this. You guys are doing such great work.
Yeah, thank you.
And 40 years.
Yeah.
So thank you for all that you're doing and for coming on our show to tell us about it.
Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.